Melissa here. I wanted to take a second to share an aha moment I've had this week from watching the new movie Inside Out 2. And for those of you that may have missed the first Inside Out movie, it's an animated depiction of a young girl, Riley, and her journey navigating her new emotions, joy, anger, sadness, disgust, and fear. And in the second movie, Riley turns 13, hits the ever painful stage of puberty, and we get introduced to her new emotions: anxiety, embarrassment, envy, boredom, with an occasional visit by the emotion nostalgia, who simply wishes for the good old days. And I know many of you wish for that too. You wish for the good old days before, like me, you either blew up your life by your actions or someone else blew it up for you. In full disclosure, I've actually now seen the movie 3 times. I admit the first time, I just simply wanted to be entertained. It was good to have a moment of self-care and a break, and actually I was. What I didn't anticipate were the powerful moments of therapy-related topics that I would have the opportunity to digest, as the writers brilliantly depict how memories affect beliefs, and beliefs shape our core identity. And in the movie, we get to see how perilous it can be when an unexpected situation hijacks our core identity. And just like for many of you walking through infidelity, it's hijacked who you believe yourself to be. And in the movie, we see Riley struggle to know how to act and be because of the impact anxiety starts having on our mind. Which brings me to my takeaway and what I learned while watching anxiety and her minions hijack Riley's imagination land. As I've watched and thought about this movie, I've been reminded of how powerful the imagination can be, for good, or how debilitating and paralyzing it can be. Take my last trip to the dentist recently. And not sure how you feel about dentists, but personally I hate them. I mean, not dentists themselves. If you're a dentist, we love you. I actually love my dentist. He's a wonderful guy with a very kind and gentle staff. But when I personally get to the dentist, I have some trauma that gets triggered and anxiety goes in full command. My mind goes into overdrive thinking of every possible worst case scenario you could possibly imagine. And full confession, my anxiety this last dentist visit had me so worked up, I had to sit up and take a break to avoid having a full-grown panic attack. In the moment, joy and sanity seemed so far from my mind, which is the same when you're walking through infidelity. Sanity seems out of reach most days, and you don't know if you'll ever feel joy again. Please hear me. I know that what you're facing as you walk through this moment and this season of tragedy is rocking everything you know to be true. It shatters the core beliefs you hold about yourself, about your spouse, about your past, about your future. It's only natural in this time of pain and unknowns to let anxiety run full force, like it did for me in the dentist chair. And I'm not going to throw sunshine and rainbows all over you right now. But instead, I just simply want to acknowledge that what you're feeling is normal. Wanting to let your imagination run wild is normal. Trying to grasp hold of a possible outcome is normal. But like my emotionally exhausting dentist experience, is letting my mind think whatever it wants to helpful? There's a great book John Acuff wrote called Soundtracks. I highly recommend it. And in it, he talks about taking control of our thoughts and simply asking it through 3 filters. Is it true? Is it kind? And is it helpful? And so in the dentist chair or walking through infidelity, is it helpful for us to let our imaginations run unchecked? I know for me, it's not helpful. And it's here that I have acknowledged this past week that yes, all those things I imagine could happen, but actually other things could happen too. That for me, I've been challenging myself to take an anxiety timeout, which I've actually begun. So I set a timer for 5 minutes and I grab my journal and I just write down what are all the good outcomes that could happen. That they may or they may not, but it's nice for my mind and my emotions to get to have a break from letting anxiety run rampant. And for you, 5 minutes may be too much to start out with. Maybe it's just acknowledging one good outcome that could come. during the season, and maybe not during the season, maybe one good outcome that could come today or maybe tomorrow. Again, the pain is real, and joy may feel so lost inside of you that you wonder if you could ever experience her again. And that's where the beauty of a safe community comes in. Having others around you who know what it's like to walk through this trauma, coming out on the other side of healing with joy back in their lives and where she belongs. This type of community can help you learn how to do it too. And I personally know how a community of experienced guides has transformed me. So do yourself a favor this week, or maybe today. Take an anxiety break at some point. Let your imagination have a moment to rest. And for those of you that may be of faith, don't forget to take a moment to let your imagination factor God in. And to paraphrase Philippians 4:8-9, that whatever is true, right, pure, lovely, excellent, think about these things. Then the peace of God will be with you. So grab a ticket and a bucket of popcorn and go see Inside Out 2. And sign up for a course if you haven't already, because you deserve to have a supportive community of people around you as you walk through this. And take a moment to comment below on anything that's helped you in your healing journey. To healing.